Hi there, welcome to Prime Time. I'm Paul Orford, and today I'm here with Michael from the Armchair Trader. Now, I met Michael last night at the Forex Awards, really great event held here in San Raphael Hotel in Limassol. The reason I wanted to get Michael on was when people look at his, or hear the title Michael, they might think it's a signals provider or something like that, and you could not be further from the truth. So, could you explain what the Armchair Trader is?
Well, yeah, absolutely. We're not a signals provider at all. What we are is an education portal for traders and investors. I think that's the key for us, is to sort of differentiate that. We do write about insight and analysis. We do look at sort of trading ideas or investment ideas, but we don't actually have any sort of tip service as such.
It's interesting this morning when I was reading it, you're writing about the whiskey market. I saw that.
Yeah. That's my colleague Stuart. That's something I think obviously close to his heart.
His mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's been speaking to a few providers. I mean, what we're finding there's obviously lots of opportunities, lots of very diverse things that you can do in terms of investments, and we're in a fortunate position now. We're getting a lot of businesses sort of contacting us and just sort of looking to engage with us and spread the word about other types of investments. So while we would never say you should do this or you shouldn't do that, what we try to do is leave that open to our readers to kind of just make that decision for themselves.
Is it quite a UK-centric service you're offering, or is it open to people from all parts of the planet?
At the moment, we've got about 70% UK audience. It would be nice to expand that out over time, but that's why we've sort of focused more on the UK market at the moment, because of the audience.
Can you tell the viewers here about your background and what's your forte or your expertise? Because you've got a very in-depth knowledge when I read the website about everything UK based essentially.
Yeah, well, there's three of us involved with the Armchair Trader. Myself and my colleague Stuart Fieldhouse are the two founders, and Stuart and I met while we were working at CMC Markets. I was working in the marketing team there, and Stuart was working as a content writer, sort of working on the website at the time. Stuart's background has always been in finance. He's a journalist by trade, and he's written for the FT and for Hedge Fund Journal, and he's had two books published, one on spread betting and one on Forex as well by Pearson. So he's very well thought of. My background is advertising and marketing, and I started out as an analyst, a financial analyst, many years ago, far too many years ago, and I've sort of carried that through. So from my marketing background, a lot of marketing is about the data, and my analytical background enables me to utilise that.
Okay, so moving from quite a secure job to starting your own brand off, what was that like?
Yeah. Crazy. I still question. I think you always do. It's life situations and things. So I was working in London, young children coming along, and I wanted to spend more time with them, and that wasn't conducive to travelling into to London from Essex every day. Yeah. So it was a life choice as much as anything, and the Armchair Trader came about. As I say, it was Stuart and I had moved on from CMC Markets, and this is 2008, 2009, so it was sort of it was pre-ESMO, and it was around the financial crisis, and we were seeing at CMC Markets that there's a lot of people were losing money through CFD trading and through spread betting, and the Armchair Trader was originally designed to educate people that were looking to trade, and just make sure that they were aware of the risks associated. They're great products, but you've got to know what you're getting into. Yeah. And so the Armchair Trader was designed to make sure that people could be educated.
Because I find out with a lot of these sites, they kind of glamorise an investment or a CFD. And it's a really sophisticated financial instrument, highly leveraged, highly speculative, and there's a very, very high chance you're going to lose your money.
Yeah.
So, it is with your site, that's what I liked about it. Is it's to the point. You know, it's like there's no hiding from what things are in this industry, which is the way it should be, rather than fancy cars. You know, the wrong way of doing it, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the key thing for us, we've always tried to do the right thing. So you know, we're not asking for any money from you know, from anybody coming onto the site. You know, we might look at some premium content in the future.
Yeah.
But at the moment, all of the information on the Armchair Trader is openly available. What we look to do is get support from a number of high quality brokers.
Yeah.
Any brokers that we refer to on the Armchair Trader are authorised, regulated by an important regulator such as the FCA. So the idea is that any broker that we mention, our visitors can trust those brokers. So that's key for us, to make sure that everything is regulated. So the whole idea of having you know, fancy cars and you know, people sort of lavishing cash. That's not the real world. That's you know, we know from ESMA now that you know, all of the brokers have to state how much money or how many of their clients are losing money, and it's sort of 60, 70, 80% of people. So it's something that you have to know what you're doing before you get into it. I mean, ESMA, I'm a big fan of in the fact that it's helped to ensure that those big losses aren't seen anymore. And I saw some horror stories at you know, in previous employment. So that's what the Armchair Trader is there for, not to glamorise, but to just try and set people on the right path and help them to help themselves.
But also, it's not just for traders. It's also, if I'm looking for a financial advisor in that type of area as well. Is that right?
Well, what we've done, we've expanded out. So we started off with spread betting and CFDs and forex, and we found that we were getting an audience of people coming on that were interested in stocks and shares and things. So we started to look more at that side of things, and as a result, the product guides that we now include on the site, stocks and shares, ISAs, ETFs we're looking more and more at. I'm a big fan of ETFs. I think they're great, nice cheap alternative to managed funds. So we're really starting to look at the whole investment trading sphere, and the idea of the Armchair Trader is that it'll enable people to sort of profile whether they're a trader or an investor. So some people will only be interested in short term, and there's obviously there's a rush to trading. There's, you know, the adrenaline's in there, but some people like me, I'm a long term investor. That's how I've always been. That's my analytical background, I guess. So the Armchair Trader is designed to sort of cater for everybody, and we've got the product guides to educate, and we also have the insight and analysis that's designed for you know, to create sort of trading ideas for people. So no firm recommendations, but we create ideas for people.
All right, and what's the best way for, whether it's potential sponsors or readers of your website, to reach you?
So you can go through the website, www.thearmchairtrader.com, and we've got a contact form on there, and you know, we want to hear from everybody. We'd love feedback from traders and from investors on what we're doing, and also to keep going as we are, to get some support from the brokers. Some high quality brokers would be fantastic as well.
All right, well, look, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for everything, Michael. Really great pleasure to meet you and learn more about your Armchair Trader. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you soon. See ya, bye.